Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in, day out. Once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message or these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also to the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on a physical appearance or a look of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. So once again, Shalom. Hey, so once again, come like I said, coming with a quick lesson. As you can see, I had this article, okay, queued up on the screen. Okay, hey, just another step closer. Okay, when it comes to eventually the prophecy of Revelation chapter 13, of verse 16, that's about to come out. Okay, or about to be implemented. Okay, when it comes to the mark of the beast. Okay, which is eventually going to be the RFID microchip. Okay, that's going to be a new way of buying and selling a monetary gain. Okay, and behind that as well, more surveillance. Okay, and more control when it comes to these elites. Okay, when I say these elites, going into the so-called white race. Okay, the biblical Edomites. Okay, mainly. Okay, like I say, the elites when it comes to these central bankers that's in power. Okay, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, okay, the DuPonts, the Gettys, etc. Okay, when it comes to the 1%, as they're trying to forge their NWO, and now they're putting it on more and more on display, man. Okay, how they want to move, man. Okay, like I say, now this article, recently news, okay, cyber news, okay, .com, and this is fair use, okay, and as lately you see that the individual, okay, over there in England, okay, as they call him King Charles, okay, the late when it comes to the son of the late devil that passed a couple of years ago, Queen Elizabeth, okay, and he about ready to check out of here, okay, like I was watching elder from the elder from Los Angeles branch, okay, GMS Los Angeles branch, okay, Elder M.O.T.B, okay, yeah, so he wouldn't even call him a king, okay, he called him a peasant, because they're what they really are when it comes to these Edomites, okay, which we in the time of their rulership, okay, but we also head into the downfall of their kingdom, okay, as they trying to forge the NWO, as we know who the word in it called Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai, is on the verge to return and take them out of power, okay, mainly when it comes to Yahweh Shai returning by the hosts of angels, what the world call UFOs, which are the chariots or the vehicles of the angels, and Yahweh Shai making his second coming at the peak of the Third World War, which is going to lead to this place America, Babylon the Great, totally being destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles, okay, and also the land of Israel, when it comes to those phonies over there, okay, which they are not the true inheritors of that land, okay, and both lands are going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, okay, but the difference between the two, this place America is going to be totally destroyed, okay, by the missiles and never inhabited again, okay, by mankind or nations. It's going to become a desert, okay, once the fire and smoke dies down, okay, and when it comes to the land of Israel, that land going to be destroyed, just for it to be cleansed just for us to rightfully own our land again. When it comes to the true inheritance, when it comes to the Israelites, when it comes to so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American descent, okay? Also in the process of that time, Yahweh Shai delivering the elect, okay, when it comes to the great destruction of this place, America, by the way of the chariots, okay, which the elect would consider Israelites when it comes to the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's destined to be saved when it comes to Negro, Latino, and Native American descent by the way of the chariots, okay? Because 2/3 here in America going to be cut off and judged, according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, okay? Especially the ones of our people that take that RFID micro, okay? According to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, okay? And eventually they're going to be reborn in the kingdom, okay? But when it comes to these heathen nations, start with the heathens over here in America, the Edomites, they're going to be destroyed, okay? Which they're not going to receive salvation, which their future is captivity, okay? After, when it comes to this place, America being destroyed, the elites, okay, that's going to be reserved, okay, they're going to be reserved for captivity. And those are these heathens that perish on this side, they're going to come back in the kingdom, being born as slaves, man, because that's the future of these heathens, starting with the Edomites and the rest of these heathen nations, man, okay? Hey, but, to go ahead and get into the lesson, because I don't want to make it too long, okay? And when it comes to, like I said, our kingdom is going to be established once Yahweh shall bring deliverance. And that's it for these heathens, man. But now we're in the process of time of coming of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Okay, more leading to, at the time, uproars of the people, civil unrest, famine, pestilence, okay, martial law, okay. And like I say, the main prophecy that's about to be revealed and come to pass is the RFID micro, which is known as the mark of the beast, man. Okay, and this right here, just another step to it when it comes to the talk of more of a cashless society, okay, and digital ID, okay, as everything moving towards a digital currency and more surveillance when it comes to these elites trying to forge their NWO. Okay, so this article was published May the 13th, 2026, okay, yesterday, okay, and you can see the headline, UK to relaunch digital ID scheme, Kings preach confirms, okay, peasant, the elder Mawatazak call them peasants, because that's what they are, man. Okay, these damn devils, man. Okay, which we soon gonna rule over them. Let me see. It says the UK government will relaunch its controversial digital ID program as a voluntary scam or scheme, according to the King's speech delivered by King Charles III at the state of the opening of the Parliament on Wednesday. Okay, so this is another step, man. Okay, eventually, the gradualism or conditioning the people when they eventually come to the point of a physical device, that RFID micro being implemented, okay, in the form of a digital currency, in the form of AI, okay, when it comes to technology, neural links, okay, the brain implant part, okay, when it comes to the technology, transhumanism, okay, you hear more talks of the surveillance, biometric, okay, planetary, okay, those that's in the know and following along when it comes to prophecies, man, okay, like I say, this article off the Cyber News, okay, yeah, so they're just moving forward with their agenda, man, when it comes to these elites, okay, and DJ Trump, okay, Trump, he's right aboard with it, man, right along with it, man, okay, pushing more and more technocracy, okay, moving towards a digital format, like I say, surveillance, ultimately that RFID micro come into place, okay, when it comes to the implementation, and it being, presented by strict legislations, man, draconian measures, okay, as, we always go into. But I'm going to play this quick video, like I said, because I ain't going to make the video too long. Let me see if I can find it. when it's going to him making the speech. Okay, here we go. You can see it says Big Brother Watch. Okay, and it ain't that long. Okay, so let me go ahead and play it.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
So I'm gonna play it again. Okay, it's straight from the devil's mouth himself, man. Okay, so this their agenda, man. Okay, push towards more of a technocracy. Okay, in the form of the NWO, by the way, AI, man. Okay, like I say, more surveillance, man. Okay, so let me play it again. And now they just spinning the narrative, we coming with the digital ID right now due to possibly, when it comes to more surveillance and or people well-being. Okay, you hear the talks about more lately now, the whole Hatton virus. Okay, that's coming more and more back, more about to be pushed in the media. Okay, Tia tax. Okay, like I said, the economy crashing. Okay, so now they moving towards with their agenda. Okay, to bring a digital currency and more surveillance. Okay, which once again going to all center around the RFID micro, the M.O.T.B. Okay, so let me play it again.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Okay, so mainly now more surveillance, man, conditioning the people. Okay, like I say, when it comes to these leaks, they got the saying, bringing order out of chaos, man. A lot of these events that are going to take place, chaotic events that's going to take place, they already orchestrated. Okay, and once these things intensify, okay, like I say, when it comes to T attacks, outbreaks, okay, civil unrest, okay, it's going to lead to more surveillance, okay, food shortages, okay, gas shortages or oil shortages, inflation, prices going up, okay, eventually the economy crashing here in America and worldwide. That's going to lead to them bringing, okay, the RFID micro, okay, but now they just, about to, introduce it by the way of uh, uh, conditioning the people and gradualism, getting people used to, the digital ID, the real ID. Okay, you hear the talks about it now when it comes to certain passports, driving license. Okay, when it comes to traveling. Okay, like I said, in the part of people well-being due to certain outbreaks or pestilence. Okay, they can use it. Okay, to track certain individuals that's showing symptoms or that's ill. Okay, and now trying to be careful. Okay, due to the algorithm. Okay, because now they're being exposed, man. Okay, when it comes to their agenda. Um, okay, you hear the terms of digital wallet. Okay, universal basic income, Fed now. Okay, when it comes to the financial part of a digital system being introduced. Okay, CBDCs. Okay, yeah, so all of it point towards that we coming in the time of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, about to come in full effect, man. Okay, hey, but the thing, you got a lot of these false Israelite camps that's out there. Okay, such as IUIC. Okay, ISUPK. Okay, one of the main two. Okay, when it comes to certain Israelite teachers or leaders. Okay, it's not teaching or preaching that the RFID micro is the mark of the beast. Okay, according to their doctrine, which is false. Like I say, IUIC and ISUPK being the main two. Okay, hey, such as also at WFI. Okay, Sons of Thunder. Okay, a lot of these Israelite camps. okay, when it comes to their approach to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, okay, it's not the RFID micro, but something spiritual. Okay, with this, they say that it's sin, okay, or believing in this man's system, okay, fighting for his military. Okay, you hear ISUPK saying it's sleeping with white women, okay, all type of madness, man. Um, like I say, fight for this man military, or it's sin. Okay, that the main thing they say. It's just sin. Okay, ain't gonna be no physical device. Okay, which they're going off, man. Okay, but we know, okay, those that follow in the men of great millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, that the true interpretation of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 is the RFID micro. Okay. Um, when it comes to a physical device, let me get this. I'll start off with this. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I had told thee before. So you're supposed to be measuring the times by prophecies. Okay, when it comes to the signs, man, and what's written in the scriptures, when it comes to end time prophecies. Okay. Thou then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, by the way of the plagues, okay, judgment, Yahweh Shema shall bring it here upon the earth. Okay, especially when it comes to this place, America. Okay. Therefore, when thou shalt seen, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High has spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, prophecies. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest. So the words of Yahweh Shem Shai being manifest, okay, through the prophets, okay, by the way of the prophecies, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shem Shai sent up the true men to go out there and teach by the way of the highways and byways, giving that warning, and also this word going viral by the way of the internet, okay, as brothers constantly doing videos, man, okay, and when it comes to the true men of Yahweh Shem Shai, we giving that warning, okay, and rebuking and reproving, okay, and giving that warning to other Israelites, okay, amongst these other, camps that being misled, okay, when it comes to these false prophets amongst them or false teachers that's not giving them the correct doctrine, man, okay, so there ain't gonna be no excuse, man, okay, that Yahweh Shem Shai set up the true prophets, okay, starting with these false prophets, hearing the rebuke, the correction, the reproof, okay, they're not taking heed, and down to the average Negro, Latino, Native American that don't subscribe to the truth, okay, that the Lord gave the warning to them, man, okay, like I say, starting mainly with mainly the 2/3, okay, that's gonna start with those that know the Israelites, okay, start with these false teachers, these false prophets being misled, and those of their congregation that follow them, that's gonna be misled, down to the average Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, that the Lord gonna have judgment upon, man. Okay, because like I said, the Lord only looking for the elect. Okay, and those that elect amongst them are the hopeful elect. Okay, those that take heed. Okay, um, eventually they're gonna be grafted in and come in the true way. Okay, the true understanding of the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, especially at the point of when all hell breaking loose, man. Okay, um, like I said, the main thing, when it comes to that RFID micro at this time, okay, that's about to be implemented. But a lot of these camps not teaching that, okay, which is all prophecy. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, say the Lord. It calls to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Okay, the scriptures. Okay, and what is the key prophecy that's about to come to pass that is faithful and true? We know according to the spirit and the understanding Yahweh Shema Shai that gave us that the coming of the RFID micro is the mark of the beast, man. Okay, we start to see it about to be implemented. about to be on the display. Okay, like I said, now the whole talks are more of a digital ID. Okay, more surveillance. Okay, more coming to the point of monetary gain. Okay, the buying and selling part. Okay, and so they'll be coming in them times, man. So that's it on that. So the words of the Lord are faithful and true. Okay, let me go get this, and like I said, I didn't want to make this video too long. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls all, and who's that he? Esau, Edom. Okay, start with these elites on down to the less luminary ones. They're doing their bidding. They're trying to force they're trying to force this NWO. Okay, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and that word mark there, where you go into the blue letter. Okay, that's key. Okay, the blue letter Bible. Okay, and you go into the New Testament when it comes to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, which we know majority of the New Testament was when it comes to the blue letter. Okay, is in Greek. Okay, if you look into that word mark there. Okay, when it comes to the Greek word, it's charagma or karatma. Okay, meaning a stamp, a servitude. Okay, a incision, a cutting in the flesh, a graving, cutting in the flesh. Okay, something physical, man. Okay, and we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, that's the RFID micro. Okay, that's going to be a physical device that people going to take in their right hand or their left hand. Okay, or in their foreheads when it comes to the brain implants. Okay, they look that up. Okay, when it comes to the parts of the miracles that Esau Edom trying to do through his technology. Okay, when it comes to Neuralink. Okay, and I'll keep it like that. And it says that no man might buy or sell. Okay, this is going to be the convenience part. Okay, of why they want to implement that RFID micro. The people that take it in their hands, man. Okay, when it comes to the monetary gain, when it comes to the social credit based system. Okay, when it comes to a digital format. Okay, when it comes to surveillance. Okay, at that as well. That no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, it going into the M.O.T.B. eventually. Okay, that once those that take it, they make it a pledge that they serve the NWO and Esau Edom. Okay, agenda. Okay, mainly 2/3 of our people that take it. Cause like I said, the Lord don't give a damn about these heathens. They're gonna be destroyed. Okay, but 2/3 of our people that take it, and once again, this is gonna be the judgment. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, okay, the beast represent Esau, Edom, okay, kingdom at this time, okay, starting out of the EU, okay, which majority of these elites, these central bankers reside at, okay, in NATO, okay, the military part of the beast, and right along with America, okay, that's part of the beast system, okay, that mainly they use America as they, the strength of their kingdom when it comes to military, okay, when it comes to money, financial gain. But now we're on the point of the America dollar is about to collapse, okay, and eventually, they're gonna bring that digital currency, not only here in America but worldwide, okay. Even Russia, China, they all building towards a digital currency, man. Okay, all of it is the elites in league, okay, and these heathen nations that's with them when it comes to these superpowers, man. Okay, but once again, those that give reverence to this beast and this image, okay, when it comes to the image going into the system, the NWO, okay, and taking that mark, okay, indicate that you down for it, man. Okay, that you a perpetual servant for them. Okay, and it says, and if any man worship the beast in his image, okay, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, Yahweh Bashim Shai, which pour out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, and going into Yahweh Shai returning at the peak of the Third World War, waging war against these heathen nations. Okay, that these nations going to be fighting, and Yahweh Shai is going to intervene by the way of the chariots, what the world call UFOs. Okay, the angels, and those of our people at that time that take that M.O.T.B. Okay, here in America mainly, they're going to be destroyed by the way of the missiles and the chariots bringing fire, man. Okay, when it comes to the 2/3, I don't know what these heathens, but when it comes to us are the hopeful elect. Okay, the Lord going to deliver us, man. And when it comes to the elect is not going to take that RFID micro, even if it mean unto death. Okay, Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. Okay, those that being martyrs. Okay, you would have certain men and women. Okay, that's going to be martyrs. Okay, mainly start with the men. Okay, that's going to be beheaded. Okay, for not taking that RFID micro. Okay, we here to talk some more about torture methods. Okay, guillotines. Okay, when it comes to the time of the concentration camps, detention centers. Okay, the detention centers holding shipping stations. Okay, but the elect, that those that be martyred, is not going to take that RFID micro. Okay, and those that die in the faith first, okay, being martyrs, okay, they're going to be the first ones risen up when Yahweh Shai return to gather the rest of the elect. Okay, that's going to be reserved for salvation. That's not going to see death. Okay, because you're going to have certain members of the elect. Okay, that's going to be off the grid, don't have the RFID micro, and trusting in Yahweh Shem Shai to be our guide. As it says in 2 Esdras chapter 16, verses 70, throughout. Okay, as Lord going to be the guide unto his elect. Okay, with those that's not going to see death. Okay, the Lord said that his servants is going to eat, drink, okay, rejoice. Okay, the Lord performing miracles, spiritual intervention, okay, spiritual power, okay, for certain men of the elect, okay, and those are the women and children that's of the elect being covered, okay, being covered through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, okay. But as a whole, the Lord dealing with the elect, like I said, even those that die in the faith, they're gonna be the first ones risen up, okay. But the ones of our people, the 2/3 that take that RFID micro, that's it. They're gonna be judged, and they're gonna come back in the kingdom, okay. And so we point towards this time, man, when it comes to Jacob's trouble, okay. It's a lot. And so once again, man, you see it, another step closer. And so you camps out there, man, you better wisen up. Those that not teaching that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Okay, because we soon headed towards that prophecy, man. Okay. And we moving quickly towards it, man. Okay. So you see it. Even this peasant right here. Okay, which he's a lesser luminary one. Okay, he's part of the elites, but on a lower level. Okay, like I said, he look like he about ready to, get up out of here, man. Okay, but they just showing you they using these puppets or they figures of their agenda to more and more announce the NWO and what's ahead eventually when it comes to that RFID micro, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that lesson was edifying. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful. Shalom.